extra time.
And just a quick one about your bowling to Virat. You've got a pretty good record in Test cricket of getting him early at times, and you seem to be pretty clear on what you want to do when he first comes in. Have you had a bit of a further think about or revision of what you do once he does get in? Say, like the Perth scenario a couple of years ago where he made that 100?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously everyone's got great plans of getting all the best players out, don't they? But that's why they are the best. They can adapt. They can change with what you're doing, and Virat is certainly one of the best players, if not the best player in the world. So, look, there's going to be a time in this. Well, actually, there's only one test, so hopefully it doesn't. But when you play against players as good as Virat, at times they do get away from you. That's just the game. But yeah, certainly we've got plans in place that have worked okay against him in the past. Hopefully they work early enough this week. But if not, yeah, we've got a couple of different plans. And again, the great thing with our attack is they're all different. We've also got Nathan Lyon, and now you're throwing Greeny. We've got some different angles, some different speeds, and obviously Nathan's spin, and as well as Mana. So we've got lots of different options to throw at him if he was to get in and set.
Last time around, we saw you taking the battle to Kohli, especially the Perth Test match comes to mind. So can we expect you to do the same? And second part of the question is, once Kohli leaves, do you think Pujara would be the most important batsman for your side to dislodge looking at his previous series here?
Yeah, look, in terms of what goes on the field, we'll have to wait and see. I certainly don't go into it planning to have run-ins or be overly aggressive or anything like that. We just sort of go out, try and execute our plans firstly with our skill with bat and ball. And as we all know, at times on cricket fields, things can be a little bit willing. And if they are the case, then there's no doubt that this team won't be taking a backward step. And in terms of when he leaves, I think, again, yeah, we know the talent they've got all the way down their list. Pujara obviously troubled us a lot last year, so he's obviously a really big key to us. But yeah, we know the talent. We saw Rishabh come in last week in the A game and hit a really quick 100. So they've got guys in and around the team that can take a test match away from you really quickly. So we've got to be across all of them. But clearly, yeah, Rahane held the team together. He was the glue last series, so he's a huge focus for us.
Just with the pink ball test, considering there's so much that comes down to luck, in the sense like, when you're bowling, when you're batting under lights, how do you plan for a pink ball test as compared to a normal test match with the red ball?
Yeah, look, we've been really lucky actually to come to Adelaide early. We've been training. We trained 3 nights in a row on the centre wicket at the Adelaide Oval, which is, I think, going to be a huge advantage for our team. I think that's the hardest thing about the pink ball test is that you normally get it once a year, sometimes with a Shield game, this year without one. So you're learning pretty much on the job in real time when you walk out to the middle to try and adjust to conditions that are just so foreign to us with the lights on, with a pink ball. And in the white, so it is foreign. But as I said, we've managed to get 3 nights on the centre wicket at the Adelaide Oval, which has been terrific for our group, our batters and bowlers, to get a sense of what it's like again and re-jog your memory from last year. And as I said, I think it's going to be a huge advantage for us come tomorrow.
Tim, I would like to know, in the past 1 year since Steve and David Warner, they came back. How has it been leading them in this past 1 year, and how would you assess your captaincy in the past 2-3 years that you have been the captain? Like, how would you assess it in terms of a batting, keeping, captaincy as a whole?
Yeah, well, firstly, having them back has clearly been a great thing for our team. Certainly for me to have 2 very experienced players out there with me has helped. There's no doubt about that. Those guys, as I've said before, are 2 of the best players in the world. They've played in lots of test matches for Australia, lots of big test matches, lots of big series. So their experience, not only for me to lean on, but for our whole group, has been awesome. And the way they've been around our group for the last 12 months as well has been unbelievably good. So we're very lucky to have them back. And in terms of my captaincy performance or performance in this team, I think it's been okay. I've got a role to play in this group like everyone else does, and as long as I keep doing that, then we're all happy. My job is to obviously we keep captain and try and score some handy runs and bat with the tail, and yeah, that's my role, and I think I've been performing it pretty well.
Is the sore back something that Steve's played through before? And can I just get clarification? He was 100% right for tomorrow. And a third part as well, given he didn't train yesterday, and given we know how much he likes batting, does he spend 6 hours in the nets today?
Oh, I'm sure he'd love to. He wanted to yesterday as well. But as I said, look, he's been batting for a lot. He's played all the one-dayers. Once we got to Adelaide, he batted literally for 4 days straight. So his preparation has been pretty good, very good actually. He's been out in the middle of the Adelaide Oval batting under lights. As I said, we expect him to play. He's had a stiff back before. Yesterday was more precautionary, obviously. He's in to train today, so we'll see how he goes. But come tomorrow, I think whether he's a bit sore in the back or stiff in the back, I think he normally gets up and gets through it and finds a way to score runs like he always does.
Given that we're with the openers, do you know what Cameron's status is at the moment and whether he is past fit to play?
Yeah, I think he's pretty good to go. He obviously trained really well with us yesterday. Reports are he's pulled up really well this morning, intends to train again today. So, all things going well. Cam Green will make his test debut tomorrow, which is great news for him, great news for us, and great news for Australian cricket fans.
Will Wadey open? And going on from that, what does it say about Matthew Wade that he'd be willing to do that? Because it's kind of taken one for the team, isn't it, a little bit, giving up your position and to fill in someone else's?
Look, he's certainly an option to open the batting, Pete, no doubt about that. I think we've got a number of guys who are willing to open the batting, and that says a lot about our whole group, not just Wadey. But Wadey in particular, I think we saw last year against New Zealand in that short ball stuff, he's willing to put his body on the line for the team. We know he's as tough as nails, and we'll know he'll do a job no matter where he bats for us. But, it's been nice. I think, obviously, we have got a scenario where we could have a different opener. And as I said, we've had a number of guys in this group put their hand up to do it if that's the best thing for the team, which is a great thing for us as a side.
How do you see Mid-Stark shaping up for this series?
Stark, he's good to go. He bowled quite quickly in the nets yesterday. He's in good shape. He's had a unfortunate family situation going on, but we're thrilled to have him back in the squad. His pink ball record is absolutely outstanding. He's an absolute nightmare to face with the pink ball, whether it's day or night. So, again, he's another huge asset to us, and we're thrilled to have him back on deck.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.